Today I will be sharing how to make crepe cake with pastry cream. For the ingredients we need 4 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of milk, 4 eggs, and 2 cups of plain flour. To begin, we're going to combine the wet ingredients. So combine the fresh milk and 4 eggs. Give it a whisk. Make sure that it's all the eggs is fully whisked in with the milk. To this, we're going to add the vanilla and the melted butter. Set this aside. So combine the dry ingredients. So add the sugar, plain flour, and the salt. To these, we're gradually going to add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients in slow, steady stream. So this is now fully mixed. To make sure that there is no lumps, we're going to strain this. Sorry, my hands is on the way. Now we're going to cover this with cling wrap and let it rest in the fridge for about 30 or best 2 hours. So after 30 minutes, I'm going to cook the crepes. So get the right amount of the batter to cover the entire surface of the pan. So just swirl it around. And once you can see that the side of the crepe is coming out of the pan, you can flip it. So it takes about 2 minutes to do this entire process. And then once it's done, just let it cool down completely. I didn't grease my pan because it's non-stick, but you can also grease the pan with butter. One more time. Here are all our crepes. All in all, I didn't make 20. I only make 16 pieces. 260 ml of fresh milk, 100 ml of cream. I used whipping cream, 3 egg yolks, 75 grams of sugar, which is 1/3 cup, 1 tablespoon of corn flour. So combine this all together and give it a good whisk. And then we're going to move on to a stove with the heat setting medium to low heat. We also need 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but the vanilla we're gonna add it last once the custard is cooked. So once it thickens up, take it out of the heat and then add the vanilla. So make sure to continually stir this while you're cooking or else the eggs will curdle. So transfer this into a heat-proof bowl and then cover this with cling wrap. Make sure that the cling wrap is touching the surface of the custard or pastry cream. Then place this in the fridge to cool down completely. Meanwhile, this is 1 cup of whipping cream, 3 tablespoons of icing sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we're making whipped cream here. So beat this until it reaches stiff peaks, just like this. Set this aside. Meanwhile, we're going to cut the strawberries into thin slices. This is optional. You don't need to have strawberries. I have 1 punnet. pastry cream has cooled down completely, so I'm going to get about 1 cup of this, and I'm going to fold this with the whipped cream. And at this point, we're ready to assemble our crepe cake. So add the filling on top of the crepe. Don't put too much, just the right amount. Because if you put too much cream, there's a tendency of the crepe slipping, and once you stack it high. So put the second layer. Now on top of the second layer, I'm going to place the strawberries. Then cover this with crepe. Now continue putting the cream. And then repeat the same process until we reach the second last 2 crepe. So this is the last 2. So here I'm putting the strawberries again. And this is, top it with the crepe. So this is the last crepe. Tidy up the side. Now whatever is left with your pastry cream, just put it on top of the crepe. So I'm designing this quite rustic. So I'm adding nuts on the side. Optional. And then some fruit on the top. That's raspberry and blueberries. This is optional again. I didn't show, but I put pistachio just to add a little bit of color. And this is our finished product. And just to show you what it looks like inside when you slice the cake. It's advisable to eat this about 2 hours after making, because if you eat it straight away, it will just fall apart. So wait until 2 hours before eating this. And this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. I hope you give this a try. There's a lot of work involved, but it's worth it. Bye!